He's such a poser. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Poser Play. Poser Play. Fabulous. I am Poser67 coming at you with another episode of Dream Daddy. If you remember from the last episode, I don't remember what we did in the front of it, but in the back of it, we went on a kind of a date with Damien. I think we just went over to his house for like brunch in his garden or tea? I think it was tea. And then, we went to his house, into his garden. He got a phone call. He left us for a moment. We broke a statue. We put it back together. He came back and said Lucien needed attention at school. So now we're here with a meeting with, I believe, Hugo. Yep, there it is, Hugo. So here we go. Right into it. Damien and I walk into the school and are immediately greeted by an anxious-looking Hugo. Hey, Damien, you're here in record time. I wouldn't miss it for the world, dear friend. Wow, whatever it is, it doesn't seem like this is Hugo and Damien's first time to the My Kids Are in Trouble rodeo. What is it this time? This, Damien, you have to see to believe. Damien and I fall into step behind Hugo, who leads us through the busy corridors of the school. We pass by several classes in session, and I vaguely wonder if Amanda's around. Hugo eventually ushers us into a small boiler room with a flight of rickety stairs leading down into darkness. Watch your step. I can hear the faint voices drifting up from the basement, and they don't sound happy. As I'm led into the depths of the school, I recall the antics I got into as an angsty middle schooler. At least I had enough sense to stay out of the creepy basements. We find another teacher in the boiler room tucked away in the back of the basement. With him are Lucien and Ernest, Hugo's son. Lucien has a bloody nose. Ooh, damn. Thanks for coming. I can't make heads or tails of this. I look around the scene of the crime and see a bunch of bricks and some masonry tools scattered around. What happened here? Ernest punched me. Lucien tried to kill me. The room falls silent. I was not trying to kill you, dumbass. I was just trying to build a brick wall around you and see what would happen. You promised me there was wine down here. You tricked me. Whoa. Wait a second, Lucien. Did you try to cask of Amontillado, Ernest? I don't know what that means. I'm neither confirming nor denying that. I turn to Damien and whisper to him. What's a cast of Amontillado? It's a classic Edgar Allan Poe short story where a man gets his enemy drunk, lures him down into his cellar and promises of wine of a fine vintage, then buries him alive behind a brick wall. It's a lovely story. So wait, Lucien, you tried to do that to him? I was curious to see how it would turn out. I wasn't actually going to leave him there. What was the thought process here? That Ernest was just going to sit still while you slowly built a tomb around him? Well, it worked for like 20 minutes because he's an idiot, but then he realized that I had lied about the wine. And you were cackling maniacally. That sort of tipped me off. Ernest, 20 minutes? Dad.
Huh?
It took you 20 minutes, son. We just did an entire 2-week unit on the cask of Amontillado. And it took you 20 minutes to realize Lucien was leading you into an elaborate ruse. Did you even read the story? I read the first 5 pages and then read a review of the movie.
Huh?
It's only 5 pages long, and there is no movie. Haha, yeah, you're right. I paid Lucien to read it for me. Actually, he didn't even pay me, so when you think of it, this was me teaching him a lesson. Damien and Hugo both have their heads in their hands. You guys are always telling me to engage in the literature, and I did. I don't see a problem here. Alright, I'm filing this under what the hell. Don't do whatever that was again. You two are both suspended for a week. Why the hell are you suspending him, not calling the cops? He tried to murder this kid. What the fuck are you talking about, Hugo? Ernest and Lucien high-five. The teacher starts to stomp the stairs. Hugo, I'll cover your class. Take your son home. Mr. Bloodmarch, you too. Thank you for your mediation. We all head up the stairs and out of the school in tense silence. Lucien, Damien, and I pile into my car and begin to drive home. Lucien immediately puts his hood up and stares out the window angrily. I'm not going to therapy again. Damien, I know, son, it's entirely up to you whether you want to, or whether or not you want to go. But I care about you and I can see that you're struggling, so if you decide that you would like to speak to a professional about your feelings, we can do that too. Maybe you can spend the next week looking for a summer job, I know how much you want your own car. I can't believe Damien's keeping his cool. I'm impressed. Fine. Thanks for not freaking out too hard. I love you, son. Lucien continues staring out the window. Love you too. Aw, cute. You just tried to murder someone. I fucking hate you. We spend the rest of the drive in relative silence. The moment we pull into the driveway, Lucien hops out of the car, slams the door, and runs inside. I didn't expect to have that conversation in front of you. He and I have a lot we need to work out. It's all right. And all things considered, Lucien's bricklaying was pretty good, so there's your silver lining. There is that, yes. He's probably just going through a phase. I really admire how you handled that. I like that. You were a lot more diplomatic with him than I would have been. I just want what's best for him. And I don't think yelling at him would do either of us any favors. It rarely does. You're a good dad. See you around soon. It would be my honor and pleasure. Damien bows with a flourish. Classy. I come home to find Amanda curled up on the couch with a blanket watching TV. I plop down next to her. Yo, what you watching? Tiny House Hunting Brothers, Extreme Edition. I hate that show. The couple on screen bickers and back and forth while standing in the extremely small house made of recycled bottles. The Tiny House Hunting Brothers. Watch them with bemused... Oh, the Tiny House Hunting Brothers watch them with bemused expressions, both of their heads touching the low ceiling. Amazing. I told you I wanted a 2-bed, 2-bath, shabby chic cottage? Shabby cheek cottage? I don't know. This house doesn't even have a bathroom. Well, you're in a fucking tiny home. Stop your bitching. People. But honey, the outhouse is only 20 yards away. It's not that bad. You know what? You're right. I like that. You live on, what, the bright side of life? I am not pooping outside. Jesus. Greg, why don't they just get a regular sized house? I don't know. How'd afternoon tea go? It got strange. We had to go to the school to pick up Lucien since he tried to. He lured Ernest down to the cellar with the promise of fine vintage and then tried to brick him into the wall, right? How'd you know that? Has everyone read the story except for me? Lucien live streamed the entire thing. The entire day is beyond me. But otherwise, it was a fun day. That Damien guy's a character, but he's really good company and a surprisingly diplomatic dad. I dig his style. You know what? Me too. Nice! We dig his style, guys. We dig it! Ooh, day complete. Baby boomer, dad snark, darkness, goth, Poe, basement. God, we got a lot of points for that.
Simply a majestic evening.
We only got an A? Boo! Get out of here.
You've got dads.
You've got dads. Oh. Hello, Amanda's dad. It's me, your friend Craig, who loves sports. I have nice and smart children who are good at computers. Aw man, great to hear from you, buddy. What's up? I'm still something. Strong. I am strong. Ha! Don't I know it? Say, I've been reading up about whey protein. You use that at all? I figured it'd help me develop a bit more muscle. Yes, I know what that is. My children are having a tea party and they wanted to invite Amanda, but we can't find her on here. You're also invited. Physical invitation to follow. Cool, I'd love to come. I'll let Amanda know. Thank you, Amanda's dad. Attend that party. I'm guessing this is a kid's talking, but the kid was young, right? I thought it was a baby. Coffee time. You know, dads love coffee. Gonna brew myself something black as midnight on a moonless night. I put on a fresh pot and work on a few more word jumbles while I wait for it to brew. Hey, this one spells sorrow. Dad, ready for today? I'm ready for every day, sweetie. Gonna tackle it head on. No, are you ready for that thing we're gonna do today? The thing that you promised you'd do? Honey, I already told you that I'm not gonna throw away my Tom Clancy novels. They're just stacked in the living room. I keep bumping into them and knocking them over, and you don't even read them. Wait, no, that's not what I'm here about. The tea party, Dad. Nope, don't remember that. Craig's kids, that hand-drawn invitation. Amanda walks over to the refrigerator and comes back with a hand-drawn invitation on a sheet of computer paper, inviting Amanda and Amanda's dad to a tea party. They spelled cordially wrong. Just put on some going outside pants and let's get going. I can go outside in sweatpants. Nothing's stopping me. Dad, just, I'll see you in a minute. Put on going out, fuck authority. Okay. Put on going outside pants or fuck authority. Oh man, this is a tough decision, I will tell you right now. Fuck authority. What did I say about the pants? I'm a rebel, sweetie. Whatever. I'm sure it'll be fine. Hello. Oh, so he's got... Oh, yeah, he said he had twins. That's right. Thank you for coming to our tea party. I do my best bow and present my daughter, who thanks them with a curtsy. This way, please. Briar and Hazel lead us to a small table with tiny chairs. Some are occupied by stuffed animals, and Matt and his daughter and Carmencita are here too. Matt raises a comically small plastic teacup at me. Hey, dude. How's the tea?
Hey.
The imaginary tea is absolutely wonderful. I taste a hint of lemongrass. Hello, Carmencita. Hello, Mr. Amanda's dad. Did you just wake up? No. Why? Those are inside pants. Amanda laughs. Please have a seat. I sit down between Amanda and Matt. I don't think I'm going to be able to get out of this chair.
Hey.
Hi, everyone. I turn to see Daisy and Brian enter the backyard and take a seat next to us. Sorry we're late. Daisy made me put on going outside pants. Boo! Get out of here, Daisy. Fuck authority. Amanda punches me on the shoulder. See? Oh, so you approve of cargo shorts when they're on Brian, but not when they're on me? Dad, you're embarrassing me at the tea party. This is a high-class affair. But... Shh, it's about to start. Thank you for all taking the time out of your busy schedules for some high tea. Actually, it's a common misconception that high tea was appreciated by nobles. Dad, shut up. Because we just learned that on the date, because he said high tea just means the time of day, I believe. Now if you'll all put on your designated tiaras, there are little tiaras sitting on everyone's plates. Well, except for Brian's, his is a softball helmet. Oh, we ran out of tiaras. I don't think this is going to fit me, but I appreciate the thought. Dad, you're royalty. Please act like it.
Whoa.
Brian tries to balance the ill-fitting softball helmet on the top of his head, but it immediately tumbles off and into the bushes. I'll get that later. Hey, everybody. Craig comes out with a teapot and tray of sandwich cookies. Dad, is the tea ready? Yeah, it's been, steeping for a while now? Awesome. Would you girls like to serve your guest tea? No, thank you. We'd much appreciate our servants' help. Craig leans over to me. That's me. Craig places teacups in the front of all of us and a single sandwich cookie onto each of our plates. He pours some tea into my cup. Hopefully, awfully fluorescent for tea. I clink my teacup with teacup with Matt's and take a sip.
Hey.
Good lemonade. It's tea.
Hey.
Right. Very good tea. I lean over to Amanda, who's happily enjoying her tea. So, what do we have to do at tea parties? We enjoy the splendors of upper-class society, Father. She takes a dainty bite of her sandwich cookie. Marvelous. So, the meeting of princesses has been called into order. Hear, hear. But I'm a warrior princess. I hunt and stuff and have like a really cool sword. Can I be a space princess? I'll allow it. And I'll be a rock star princess. I'm also a space princess. Can there be more than one? Space is pretty big, don't you think? I changed my mind. I want to be a space princess too. Damn it, Daisy! Dad, what are you? Do I get to be a princess? Duh. Well, I guess that makes me a space princess. Aw, hacker rude boy princess. History Channel princess. I am ruler of all I survey. And what I survey is 10 hours of marathon of cupcake storage wars. I don't think I've seen that one. A squad of professional bakers bid on empty storage units and then have to bake 1,000 cupcakes using only the ingredients in the storage unit. That sounds terrible. Oh, it is. I think I'll be landscaper and general contracting princess. Barista princess reporting for duty. Hey everyone, CrossFit princess here. Not now, servant. If it weren't for the princess uprising, it would be you serving me. Nice. We sip tea for a little longer, and then the girls run off to fight dinosaurs as space rock star warrior princesses, I think. They grow up so fast. It was like yesterday that I was helping Amanda throw her own tea parties. Did she make you a servant too? You betcha. Carmencita made me actually brew tea for hers. Pitfalls of owning coffee shop. A coffee shop. Pitfall, your custom blends are amazing. The hibiscus? That hibiscus one you gave me a while back was choice. Aw, thanks. Don't hit on my man, Craig. It's really nice the girls are getting along. Yeah, I'm really glad we moved into this community. We are too. Amanda's been kind of a role model to them, you know. I haven't even realized. I don't know if Amanda does either, but I guess they're right. All of the girls in the neighborhood look up to her. She seems to go out of her way to play with them, especially since she's fucking 18 and they're like 10. I'm so proud of her. You better not proud dad cry at this tea party, Poser 67. I brought extra word jumbles if anyone wants to kill some time while the girls play. The day rolls on and the girls all get tuckered out. Amanda spends the whole day playing with them and taking their pictures, promising that she'll send them the best ones later. We all clean up and help put away the tea sets and tables, then head out as Daisy and Carmencita fall asleep on their dad's shoulders. Nice. Take care, guys. Thanks for coming. Bye, History Channel Princess. I am the History Channel Princess. You want dinner? Fuck no. Nah, I filled up on cookies. Me too. I'm tired. Dude, same. Playing with a bunch of little kids who all simultaneously want your attention and approval is surprisingly exhausting. But in a good way. But also kind of in a scary way. How so? I feel like I gotta be on my best behavior for them. I don't want to let them down. Is it because you still feel bad about dropping the F-bomb in front of your cousin that one time? I corrupted her, Dad. She secondhand smokes now. What the fuck? Okay. Well, those kids really look up to you. I'm glad they gave you, have you as a role model. Goddamn. Shucks, Pops. I ruffle Amanda's hair. Aw.
Dads.
I've got dads. Any more messages? No, apparently not. DB Cooper? What? Me? DB? Why am I DB? I wonder. Well, let's see. So that's weird. I remember hanging out with Craig for one morning, but it didn't count it as a date, I guess. Very strange. Matt, we're at 2 out of 3. Brian, 0. Everyone at 0 except for Damien. We went on 1 with. I'm debating now. Why don't we go on another one with Damien? I had a lot of fun hanging out with Damien the other day. I wonder what he's up to. I open up Dad Book and start writing him a message when Amanda walks in the door. Dad, you got a letter. Oh, is it from Grandma? No, it's from Damien. Whoa, can I see it? Amanda hands me a piece of old parchment folded into an envelope and sealed with a purple wax. Damn, the dude goes all out. I pry off the seal and unfold the letter. In the most beautiful calligraphy, the letter reads, Dearest Poser 67, I hope you'll find my continued correspondence endearing, rather than trying. One can only hope that my use of the slower, more traditional form of communication will showcase my sincere and earnest sentiment that I greatly enjoyed our time together. I write this hastily under the warm embrace of excitement, fearful that I may misstep and speak towards something unwelcome. For now, I hope that you might forgive my boldness. I will simply say that your company has greatly occupied my thoughts. While the afternoon may have been derailed by forces unforeseen, your companionship helped a great deal, not only in the discipline of my child, but in the morale of my spirit. And for that, I thank you. That said, Poser 67, if you'll allow me, it would mean the world to me if I could enjoy more of your time. Perhaps a trip to the cinema, followed by a moonlit stroll, would be to your taste. Wait, perhaps a trip to the cinema, followed by a moonlit stroll, would be to your taste? I think it's not a question, though. Perhaps a trip to the cinema followed by a moonlit stroll would be to your taste. Okay, so it's like a statement, not a fucking question. I don't know. I eagerly await your response. With great respect. D. Bloodmarch. Okay. Amanda and I both look up from the letter. Wow, he's good. So you gonna catch a movie with him? Yeah, I better message him on Dadbook and let him know. Amanda slaps the laptop shut. You have to write him back, a real letter. But my handwriting looks like 2 toddlers fighting over a crayon. Dad, you have to. He wrote you a letter. That's so cool. Will you help me? I need to class this up. Father, I was made for this. Here's what you do. Find tickets to a show that you two will like, then enclose them in the letter. Oh, that's classy. Amanda and I hop onto my laptop and peruse showtimes. He doesn't seem like a romantic comedy kind of guy. Oh, here's one. Vampire Crusade 2? Evil Never Dies. I don't know. That sounds kind of stupid. Actually, it's a critically acclaimed exploration into the Anui of existence. It really turns the vampire trope on its head. Really? Nah, there's just a lot of blood and vampire titties. Well, let's roll the dice. I purchase the tickets and print them out, then set them down on the table with Amanda to try drafting a nice letter. I start writing. Damien, I do hope that this letter finds you in good health. Good morrow to you on this fine eve. Good one. Hey, remember when your son tried to cask Montilato, that kid? I must confess of my amateur control of the written word. Geez, Dad, have some faith in yourself. We're trucking along. Let's know where you're feeling. You find me in good spirits, for I felt very much the same after our last encounter. Very much enjoy the adventure we found ourselves on the last we met. That earnest shit was pretty messed up. You find it's going to hang out already. True art takes time, Amanda. While a strange turn of events, I found myself enamored of the situation at hand. Like Bruegel's landscape at the fall of Icarus, I find myself lost in your details. Let me get at that. While strange, bring it home, Pops. Let me take you out. I got 2 tickets to the movies. I would very much enjoy your company, accompanying me to the cinema. It would bring me great pleasure to escort you to the cinema. Let's do that. You saved it there at the end. I'm sure he'll appreciate your thoroughness. Enclosed, you'll find 2 tickets to Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies, which I'm sure you will find both titillating and enjoyable. Best hard daps? Namaste, I will carry on. Best wishes? Then I sign my name, my full name. Fancier that way. Poser 67 Goku. Is this okay? Amanda reads over my sloppy handwriting. Damien, I do hope that this letter finds you in good health. I must confess of my amateur control of the written word, as well as my even more amateur penmanship. Your letter found me in good spirits, for I felt very much the same after our last encounter. While a strange turn of events, I find myself enamored of the situation at hand. I would very much like your company, accompanying me to the cinema. Enclosed, you'll find 2 tickets to Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies, which I'm sure you will find both titillating and enjoyable. Best wishes, Poser 67 Goku. You spelled his name wrong. What? Nah, I'm just trying to keep you on your toes. Now, all you have to do is seal it and put it in his mailbox. Can I seal it with tape? That's not authentic enough. I have an idea. I'll be right back. Amanda leaves the room and returns with a candle, a lighter, a small piece of wood. You gotta have a wax seal. She lights the candle, which starts to burn down and form a pool of melted wax. What's that other thing? Amanda pours some wax onto the folded letter and then expertly presses the small piece of wood into it. She lets it dry for a second and pulls the wood away, revealing, here it is, your sigil, a little kitten with a bow on its head. Awesome. Scrapbooking stuff always comes in clutch. Well, I guess I guess all there is to do is deliver it to the doorstep now, huh? Oh, I thought you were getting a carrier pigeon to do it. I already called my guy. I have a pigeon guy, Marcus. Has the good pigeons. Don't get your pigeons from Anthony. They're no good. I don't want to know if any of this is true. I don't walk over to Damien's house. I slip the letter into his slot in his door and go back home. Mission accomplished. Now we play the waiting game. The night finally rolls around where I'm supposed to meet Damien. The next day he had left another beautifully crafted letter thanking me for mine and agreeing to the evening. Amanda helps me pick out a nice outfit and I show up to the theater a little bit early. It's a chilling night and the theater is kind of crowded, but it's still nice. How do you do? I jump at the sound of his voice and turn around to see Damien right behind me. You almost gave me a heart attack. How long were you there for? I don't know. I just walked up. My apologies for frightening you. What was it? Was that thunder? Is it going to rain soon? I didn't hear anything. What?
Oh my.
What? Regardless, the hour grows close. Shall we take our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets. Please, allow me to repay the deed in a Sour Patch Kids or perhaps Milk Duds. Let's do it. We get into the line to buy snacks. As we're waiting, I hear a familiar voice behind us. My dad's here. I turn around and find Lucian standing a few feet behind us with a gaggle of other goth friends. Lucian, how nice to see you. I didn't know you were coming to the theater. I'm glad to see you spending some quality time with your friends. Whatever, Dad. And what movie will you be attending tonight? My friends are making me see some kid movie about talking animals I don't really care about. Well, I do hope you enjoy the evening. We'll be watching Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies. What? You watching that? Yeah, I thought Damien would enjoy it. Ha! Good luck with that, Dad. Lucian rejoins his friends and look over it to Damien. Good luck with what? It's nothing. My son loves to tease. We wait in line a little longer and Damien buys us snacks. He seems a little nervous. I wonder what's wrong. Damien and I take our seats and settle for the previews. Glancing at him, I can see that he's sweaty profusely and gripping his armrest. Vampires, huh? The movie hasn't even... Is everything okay? Everything is perfectly fine. I am so excited for this film. I am a devoted patron of the arts, especially the scary arts. The scarier the art, the better. Do you have a favorite horror movie? Of course, I have a favorite horror movie. Mine is Halloween Town. Terrifying. Oh, interesting. That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. I would have expected him to bring up some sort of strange foreign horror film I'd never heard of. Damien's knuckles are turning white. It looks like he's about to rip the armrest off. Wait a second. Damien, are you afraid of horror movies? You must be joking. I love horror movies. The lights dim for the film. Damien screams. I apologize. I was thinking about something far scarier than this movie, which is not scary at all. We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice, and he takes one. I take note of how much his hands are shaking. The title flashes across the screen in bloody letters. Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies. A pale man with long silver hair, glittering red eyes, and well-oiled abs sits up in a coffin. Awaken, my coven. Two more vampires slide the tops of their stone coffins onto the floor. Brother, is it time? Yes, husband, but all... Wait, what? Yes, husband, but also mortal enemy. It is time. What the fuck? The three look at each other and then to the camera. For the Vampire Crusade. This rules. The trio of vampire flies into the night, and as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. As I somehow get lost in the movie, as dumb as it sounded, it's actually a pretty fun flick. We get the tense moment of the movie where Romulus Trueblood sits at a truce meeting with the general of the human army whose wife Romulus has fallen in love with. Romulus, it is good to finally meet you. General, I agree. It's good to finally blood you. Romulus leaps out and slashes the general's throat. Blood splatters over everything, including the camera. Damien screams again, reflexively grasping my hand. I immediately blush, forgetting about any vampires or blood or vampiric blood.
Oh, my.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Damien retracts his hand and places it back in his lap. I was writing a novel in my head about blood magic and got in an extremely scary section. Damien goes back to quietly stressing out over the movie. It's kind of cute that he won't admit that he's afraid of it. I wish he would hold my hand again. Maybe I could do something to try to make him feel more comfortable. I've got it. I'll do what all dads do best. Talk during the movie. Tell a dad joke. Point out a plot hole. Ask what's happening. I do like dad jokes. Point out a plot hole. Do we deflect from the movie? What do you think he'd like best? Something to cheer him up. I think tell a dad joke. Where does a dog go when it loses its tail? Where? To the retail store. I yelled that last bit a little too loud for a crowded movie theater, but I can see a smile form on Damien's face. Good one, Pose at 67. The rest of the movie goes by relatively smoothly, with only a few whimpers from Damien. Maybe he would have liked the romantic comedy better. We get to the final scene of the movie where Romulus, Bad Blood, and the general's wife embrace each other in the crypt. It appears that the true Vampire Crusade was the Vampire Crusade in our hearts, our cold, unbeating hearts. Okay. Romulus and the general's wife begin making out hard. The film fades to black and the end appears on the screen, but then it's hard cuts to Demetrius and his rival lover, Carmilla, who watch the two from afar. Oh no, twist ending. Our bloodline has been pure for 1,000 years, Romulus has betrayed us by loving a human woman. It will only be a short time before the next Vampire Crusade 3. Evil must die again. More thunder, more ominous organs. The movie fades out again and a bloody question mark now accompanies the end. Damien and I walk out of the movie theater amidst the throngs of chattering moviegoers. He's a little more pale. He's a little more pale than I remember, but otherwise he survived the encounter. He even seems kind of invigorated. What an interesting film. While the premise admittedly struck me as pedestrian, I was intrigued by its harrowing love story and great attention to detail in regards to vampiric lore. Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire titties than I thought there would be. Come, the night is young. Let's take a stroll. Damien is making a point of not telling me where he's taking me. Still, I'm enjoying the walk and the cool night air. Being alone here with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded theater. Lovely night, isn't it? As lovely as the company, yes. He thinks I'm lovely. Damn, okay, here comes the smooth response. Cool. Thanks. Okay. No problem. Crushed it. We both stand there feeling a little awkward. I am one smooth operator. Are you getting a little hungry? We could maybe stop off and grab something to eat. Don't worry not, friend. I have a plan. We turn the corner and are greeted by the gates of a cemetery. What? Are we going in there? A little bit of Victorian flavor, Poser 67. Trust me. I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. I follow his lead as we walk into the cemetery. Statues of angels stare down at us as we follow the path through faded tombstones. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The night lights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him for being in the cemetery. This is strangely romantic. Picnicking in a graveyard is an old Victorian tradition, an appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire movie, wouldn't you say? With a flourish, Damien produces a blanket and a picnic basket. Wait, where are you hiding that? Under my cloak. Oh, right. Damien unfolds the blanket as we both sit down gazing out at the city lights. He produces a bottle of red wine and fine selection of cheeses. In the Victorian era, there were no public art galleries, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards became more popular alternative to church burials, they became the only place that people could see beautiful plant life and fine sculptures. That makes sense. This is pretty nice. I have a question, though. How are you so okay with being in a graveyard, but you had trouble handling a scary movie? I wasn't. He sighs deeply. Okay, yes, I was extremely scared by the movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. I just have never been good at those. I just feel as if because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror films, so I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the constitution for them at times. Damien, I'm so sorry. If I had known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite alright. I actually did find myself enjoying this one, thanks to your help. Graveyards, however, I think there's something rather beautiful about death. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it keeps us rather separated from it. To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. To sit amongst the generations of those who came before us, to be truly alive in the midst of so much death, brings me great comfort. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second. We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in a graveyard at night, but I actually feel very peaceful. Suddenly, it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance, I see a shadowy figure in the trees. What is that? I'm not sure. It noticed us. I'm paralyzed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly towards us, its shape taking a more animal form, more feral. I look to Damien for help, but he's just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's struck in my throat. The creature's getting closer, moving faster. Woof! Oh. It's a dog. As it finally comes into the light, the friendliest, dumbest looking Boston Terrier I've ever seen pulls its owner towards us. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs at his hands. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily. What a beautiful dog. Hey, we both look up. Not expecting to see? Thanks. Robert, what are you doing out here in this lovely evening? Hunting cryptids. What? What? I didn't know you had a dog. This isn't my dog. I found her wandering in the street. I put a leash on her, and now we're walking around the graveyard together, hunting cryptids. Damien and I share a log. May I give her a treat? Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese, though. Not to worry. Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak, procures a small dog treat. What else is he keeping in there? The dog laps up the treat and crunches away. Laps up the treat? What the fuck does that mean? Tail wagging furiously, Damien continues to smooth down her fur. Thanks. My absolute pleasure. Damien shakes the dog's paw. Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again. Robert and his dog disappear into the darkness again. Damien stares after them. I didn't know you liked dogs. Victorians loved dogs, actually. Most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog such as a terrier or a Maltese. I think big dogs are nice too. Yeah, man, dogs are cool. I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. What say we make our way home? Damien hops to his feet and extends a hand to help me up. I gladly take it as my knees aren't what they used to be. He packed up his picnic basket and leads me out of the graveyard as we begin the walk home. I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is beautiful. Like a proper gentleman, Damien walked me to my doorstep. Thank you ever so kindly for your company tonight, Damien. It was my pleasure. Poser 67, if you'll allow me, it would bring me a great joy to offer you a token of my affection. Damien reaches into a cloak, pulls out a folded, monogrammed handkerchief. He presses it into my hand. Wow, thank you, Damien. I will use this to dry my tears for those I've lost. I can't wait to sneeze on this. I'm gonna wave this at passing ships. Oh shoot! I like the passing ships. A noble purpose. Damien shuffles his feet. I just want to say it's rare to find someone like you, someone who's open to my eccentricities. It's nice to feel accepted. Thank you. Damien gives my man a quick sneeze. Damien blushes and hastily retracts his hand. I must quick squeeze, not sneeze. I must take my leave. Good night. Before I can say anything, he's gone. Huh? I unlock the door and step inside. Alright guys, I think that's where we're gonna call it. So yeah, that was good. That was fun. Like, date was good. I'm realizing I'm not good at reading at all, so sorry about that if my reading's shitty. But that's it. Check out my other videos, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye! He's such a poser.